Hello and welcome back to our study of Peninei Halacha, the teachings of Rabbi Eliezer Melamed Shlita. Hoping everyone had an enjoyable Shabbos. As we begin another week of learning, please continue davening for Charlei Tzvagan Yisrael, for Shalom Petzua Yisrael, and a safe and healthy return of all of our hostages. Baruch Hashem, we've had 3 more of our sons that returned home, albeit under horrific conditions, and we should be screaming from the rooftops about their condition and the cruelty and the mental anguish with which they were forced to endure. And somehow we as a people just have to put up with it. I'm not sure why, but this is our lot in life. But still, we should keep davening, doing everything we can with everything within our power to make sure that the powers that be make sure that they come home. It's absolutely unacceptable. We dedicate our learning to Nishmat, Seren Daniel Shemer Rav Dron Vasheli Hashem Kim Damo. The next chapter, as we begin our week, Lahashmil Ozno V'Din Hirhur. Yeshna mitzvah shemiskaimos aydei dibur, kamo tefillah. Some mitzvahs we fulfill through speech. Tefillah is one of them, davening. Kriya Shema, Birchas Hamazon, saying the Shema, benching. V'nechliku Amoraim b'she'ila. And the Amoraim, sages of the Gemara, have a dispute in the following question. If one did not actually speak the words out loud, but you just thought them or you glanced at them, are you still fulfilling the mitzvah? According to Ravina in the Gemara, that if you just thought about it, and you thought about it in your heart, the davening or the blessing, then you're still yotzei. Rav Chisda argues and says, no, that unless you're actually saying the words, you're not yotzei, so hirhur is not dibur. This is Gemara in Brachos Daf Chaf. And even though there are some that say that hirhur is considered like speaking, if you just glance, look, think about it, the Rambam, the Smag, and others, Lamaisa das rov rishonim shehalacha kedas Rav Chisda, most rishonim paskin like Rav Chisda, v'hir ein nechshav kedibur, and therefore just looking at it or thinking about it, ruminating, is not considered speech. Again, most of the Rishonim, including the Rosh, the Ravid, or Zeru, etc. V'chein nifsach b'shulchan aruch l'inyan kriya shema, l'inyan brachos, and the Shulchan Aruch in Siman Samach Beis paskins this way about kriya shema, and paskins this way about brachos and kuf pei hey. Im chitech es ha'osios b'svasav. Well, let's say you said the words with your lips, but you didn't hear what you said. In other words, you just said it silently. So you're yotzei b'di'evet, since you actually made a motion with your lips. Nevertheless, lechatchila, the ideal performance of these types of mitzvos that we do with speech, one has to be able to hear what you're saying. Yesh chalakim betfilah shenemar adei kol hatzibur, kedugmas anias amen kedusha shahakahol ona chazan. Some parts of the prayer which are said in public, or they're said communally, congregationally, so answering amen or kedusha that we answer after the chazan, she'osun l'chatchilim omer b'kol, of course, that they have to be said out loud. Uv'miyuchad yesh l'hakbid la'anos b'kol ram al hakadosh sheyesh b'zeh kavod shemayim. When it comes to the Kaddish, answering the Kaddish, there's a specific inyan that we should say it out loud, really with a strong voice, because this is something called kavod shemayim, honor for the heavens. Shekol hakol onev makela amen v'amru chachamim shalidei anias amen yehi shmei rabba b'kol ram bispatlas geras kashos. Shulchan Aruch, based on the Gemara, says that anyone who enters amen and yehi shmei rabba with full voice, then Hashem will nullify any evil decrees against us. V'kein noagin likruas hapasuk rishon shel shma b'kol ram kedei l'oras harkavana. Shulchan Aruch also paskins in Siman Samach Aleph that when saying the first pasuk of Shema, one should say it out loud again to enhance and arouse one's kavana, one's intention. You'll notice that people, when they say Shema, they have a specific loud way of saying it, and that's why, based on this halacha. Sha'ar ha-tefillah, kedugmas psuke dezirma, so the rest of tefillah, let's say if you take psuke dezirma that we have in the beginning, kriya shema berchasev v'shar mizmarim, or kriya shema in the brachos, or other kapitlach of Tehillim that we say, omrim b'kol ragil, we say it in a regular voice. L'chol ha'pachos b'oven sheyesh meim l'ozno, but you should at least say it that you can hear it. And if a person only said the words with one's lips without saying it out loud that you could hear it, you're still yotzei nonetheless. Tefillah Amida, shehi pnimis v'amuka, the Shmona Esrei, again, your silent Shmona Esrei, as it's called, the Amida, the silent Shmona Esrei, which is personal and it's deep, the Emeres Balachash is said silently. L'das rov haposkim, gam betfila balachash l'chachila tzorach mispal hashmes amilim la'ozno. According to most poskim, even the Shmona Esrei, you should say it in such a way that you can hear it. But it's a fine balance that you have to walk. A fine line is that you have to say it loud enough that you can hear it, but not loud enough that the person next to you or the person near you should hear it, so as not to disturb them, or perhaps maybe it's such a personal prayer, it's only for you. But according to the Kabbalistic tradition, in the silent Shemona Esrei, we say the words with our lips, specifically not to be heard. Again, it's based on the Kaf HaChaim. He says, but we can learn from this halacha a general idea, that just thinking alone is not enough. Good intentions without action is not sufficient. Our inner soul, our inner neshama, and our hearts are pure, and our purpose is to reveal goodness towards the outside world and to fix and repair what is broken. And that's why tefillah from the in part of our body and from our soul and from our heart has to come out through a voice that's out loud, or at least to have enunciation with our lips. So again, when talking about tefillah and davening, certainly in the major parts of davening, one should absolutely say it loud enough that you can hear. But you also have to be mindful that sometimes when people whisper, it's louder than other people's talking. So just be mindful of the people next to you, because it could be distracting and disturbing to the neighbor who is sitting near you. But davening and kavanah we should have, and this is the way we should go about doing it. So thank you for joining us for another week of learning. Please continue davening for Chalei Tzvak Israel, for Shalom L'chol Pesua Yisrael, safe return of our hostages. Dedicating our learning to Nishmat, Sarah and Daniel Shemar of the Mishal Shem Damo. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you here next time. Have a great day.